My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my review of the 2025 movie Snow White. And do you know what the funny thing actually is? I have defended this movie. I really didn't think that it looked that bad. And I've seen the movie now, and it is indeed that bad. So let's begin by talking about the cast. And I do like Rachel Zegler as an actress. I thought she was great in West Side Story, and I thought she really stood out in Shazam 2. I thought she was fine in Y2K, and she did a fine enough job in the Hunger Games spin-off. But here, I thought her performance fell completely flat. And to be fair, she's given really weak material, but she can't elevate it. And then we've got Gal Gadot. And I kept hearing people talk about how campy her performance is, and no, this is not a campy performance. Just because she does once or twice doesn't make it camp. It's a very flat, it's a very boring performance, and she doesn't stand out in any way. And then we've got Andrew Bornap, who plays the Robin Hood, Prince Charming like character, and I thought this guy was awful. He had no genuine charm, and it just felt like he was trying too hard the entire time. I really didn't care for him. And Ansu Cabin as the huntsman, he's in like 2 minutes of the movie, yet they still act like he's a big character, but he really wasn't. His performance is fine, but he's not given the proper time to stand out. We've got Jeremy Swift as Doc, who does do actually a perfectly fine job. Andrew Barth Feldman as Dopey, who I actually liked in this movie, and I liked one thing they did with him. Martin Kleba as Grumpy is pretty decent, and actually the rest of the dwarves are fine. They're probably giving the best performances here, and Patrick Page as the Magic Meal is fine, I guess. But the main characters in this movie really suck. And it doesn't help that the characters just aren't properly developed. They really don't have much to do for this movie. Like, Snow White, it's like 70 minutes. It's a short movie, I believe. And this movie is almost 2 hours. So there is a lot of padding here. Well, just nothing happens, and it really drags the movie down. Like, almost the entire second act of this movie is unneeded. And I thought the actual script was awful. And the movie, kinda like I said, it's too long. It should have been tightened up, and it's boring. I was bored while watching this movie. And when we eventually get to the climax, it's an embarrassment. The way this movie ends is just abysmal, and I was left very unsatisfied. And okay, I've never been the biggest fan of the original Snow White movie, but as a kid, I loved it because the scene where the evil queen turns into the old lady terrified me. And I did want to see that scene brought to life here. And it just lacks any bit of edge. Why has Disney completely lost their edge. Like Snow White, a little bit creepy for kids. Pinocchio, when the kid turns into a donkey, that's terrifying. In The Little Mermaid, when Ursula takes Ariel's voice and you hear the ah, 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 or when Ursula turns into a giant monster, the animated movie, it was scary. In the live action one, it was not. In Aladdin, when Jafar gets the lamp, it scared me. In the live action one, it was not. Just these movies feel so sanitized now. It feels like they're unwilling to go anywhere interesting, anywhere dark, and it makes for a flat experience. This movie is going to be forgotten like that. There's all this controversy, lots of people hate it, but nobody, and I mean nobody, is going to be talking about this movie in a year. Just like they don't talk about Peter Pan and Wendy, they won't be talking about this movie. And the direction by Mark Webb is very weak. This guy is not someone who should be put in charge of big movies. This guy is an indie filmmaker, and I wish he stayed one. Because the visuals in this movie are just so unappealing. Everything feels so small. Everything feels like it was shot on a sound studio, and it just constantly took me out of the movie. I actually didn't mind the CGI on the dwarves. Like, yes, it looks fake, but if I had to pick out the best thing in this movie, it would be those characters. And I did legitimately enjoy the high horse scene. Where they're in the mines, I actually would say that is the best looking scene in the movie. Most of the... Actually, I was surprised at how many songs are in this movie because I only remember Hi-Yo and Whistle While You Walk, and maybe there was another one, but there was very few songs in the original Snow White, I believe. And this movie is like a musical. There are so many songs, and most of them just completely forgettable. They don't stand out. The only one I actually enjoyed was Waiting on a Wish. And I liked the song, but I thought the sequence was underwhelming. What else can I say? I did like the Evil Queen's costumes. They were brought to life incredibly well, but the famous Snow White outfit just looked really cheap to me. It looked like something you could have bought from Party City or something. And yeah, I don't know. I just really didn't care for this movie at all. I thought it had maybe a couple decent moments. I'll be honest, I did like the dwarves. I did like the new song, Waiting on a Wish. But the script sucked. There's too much padding. It's too long. The cast is pretty bad. And it just lacks any bit of edge. It's awful. It's a giant piece of shit. If you want to watch a live action Snow White movie, just watch Meow Meow. But I'm giving the 2025 Snow White movie 1.5 out of 10. The sad thing is, I used to love Disney. Like back in 2016, I was completely obsessed. They made some of the best movies ever made, and now we're getting shit like this. And to make it even worse, I got the trailer for Lilo and Stitch, which looks like trash. I got the trailer for Freaky or Friday, which looks like trash. And I got the trailer for Elio, which looks like trash. Like, it's so easy to hate on Disney these days, and rightfully so, but it's a shame. Like, I used to love them, and now I just don't recognize them. But Snow White, did you see it? What did you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos soon. And Gavin, out.